Good morning. Welcome back to Oki's Potager Garden. Today is Wednesday. I have a haircut appointment. We have temps going in the mid 90s today. Summer is here. Look at this new ground cover. She's called Happy something. I can't remember. She's so pretty. So I'm going to be out here watering. Got 3 of those. There's the third one right there. So it'll cover that area there. Yes, it still needs more mulch, still has some weeds. Life's a process, but those should fill in this area really nice and not be very tall. Got some taller roses up near the front where they'll get most of the sun. And this is an east facing wall. The sunrise is behind me. There's another rose. These are raw rolled doll. So pretty. I believe I just have 2 of those. It's a pretty little pink one. This is another ground pink. They're labeled reds, but they are a pink ground rose. I love the ground roses. They just hug and spread and they don't get tall, and I just really like them. So I thought that was really nice for the dog pen. I do have some red climbers that are in the front, and I believe I'm going to move them around the dog pen on the front side. So yeah, that keeps him safe when we're not able to watch him while we're out here. But anyways, let's turn this on. Yep, that's creeping Jenny. Well, I've usually pulled her down. I think I'm going to let her climb up. I think that's kind of an old world thing, and it's not poisonous. So let's get some watering done this morning for the heat. I'm going to be gone. I watered some yesterday evening. Yeah, you're not supposed to get the foliage wet, but we're going to have such heat this morning, so it should dry it off. Get some of those old petals off. Come back later and deadhead that one. Don't really want to spray her blooms. Okay. But look at these flowers, y'all. Look, the Ingrid. Oh, my hibiscus. I bought these on a whim because I needed some bright colors. You know, care for tropical, they're supposed to get pretty big, but I think they'll die like 20 degrees. That's our winters. And I don't know if I can save them or just work with it, because it really does, that color really kind of matches the brick. And it's such a dark color. Those are some lilacs. Those didn't bloom this year. A friend gave me those. Have a new lilac here. She bloomed a little bit, but when I bought her, oh my goodness, she was awesome. The power of nursery fertilizer. My Oakley plant hydrangea. She's an investment, and I should buy 2 more, because I just have 1. You buy in odd numbers. This little orange one, she's coming back. Those roses are doing really well. Even that one there, the second one, I had kind of given it up. But she's doing really well. Hydrangea, but look, this is Ingrid. She was huge. Snapdragons, still performing. This is Verbena. There. Kind of creeping. Love it. But look, and she stayed there for a while. And there's another one, and she's already putting on new growth. And she's just a single bloom on one stem, so she'd be a beautiful cut. But she's just so pretty. I just enjoy her out here. I stay so busy in the house. As much as I love cut flowers, unless it's a small one for my kitchen windowsill, I don't seem to see the flowers. I have some by the front window in a vase there. And these are doing really well, aren't they? They're really pretty. I like that little pink and yellow in there. Those two. My dahlias are coming up fair. Not like the other ones are. Got some geranium. You can kind of see that little pink bloom. Planted her last year. They say they just grow wild, and not wild, but busy and take over, and they're good, great ground cover. She's just struggling. That's her second year. I would have thought she would have been more. So this Ingrid Bergam is in the shade a little more. Well, I want to cut that branch. I don't want to cut that branch. I like how it's draping over. This one I cut to get more sun. She's growing some new. You know, I planted these and I thought it was like they had balls, but they had blooms all along the branches. And I had the same ones planted twice. The labeling from Tractor Supply are not correct. So just learning to make do, because I like something here height on the columns of those, of the back porch. So get this watered. One more. Isn't that pretty? Just so proud of my little back porch. So proud. Brad has kind of gotten proud too. He's decided that the cushion on the chair was his, so I have to bring it in at night. Cozy dog. Okay. That ought to be good for those new plants. Show you. Better go around this bucket. This bucket here is my procrastination that I want to mulching station. Got some Bruneras that I planted, but it just looks like violets. I don't know where my Bruneras are. Ah. No, that's not like that. Hoopers. But yeah, there's little places there they've got. I don't know. I should have planted, and I learned. Oh, look, that's just coming up so pretty. So pretty. There's not much rust or anything here. I've got one that's blooming on the side of the house, which is usually pretty good shade, especially in the winter. But it's got rust on the leaves. We are not New England, and they sell us hydrangeas like we're New England. But I keep trying. Never have been to New England. Sure is pretty. And my daylilies, they're going to start. They're pretty. Had to pull some mint out of it. The mint is mint. Meant to be a showstopper and ruin everyone else's day unless you pull it up and use her and your teas. And but my gems, they're doing pretty good. Get them from Bluestone Perennials. While they do have great selection, when you get the plants, they're just pitiful. But most of them survive. But I believe when I order again, I'll put them in pots. In that, see that little dump truck? That was my first grandson's little dump truck. And those roses are meant to grow in shade. They're climbers. Hope they go all the way across. I planted 3. There's the second one. They're this year's growth. They're just doing really well on this west wall. I have some, I can't remember what those things are. They grow like a hydrangea, but they're sunlight. Can't think of the name right now. But I think this is their second year. Yeah, I think so. And then my David Austins right here. I have 3 of those planted, one front and 2 further in the back. I wish I'd put them all up front, but it's given me room to put those alliums. Well, the alliums, the colors don't stay very long, a couple of weeks. They sure add character and whimsy to the garden. I really like that. Yep, that's the side-by-side and the lawnmower. And here's the first one I planted. Yep, these are, there we go, Boscobel. They're Boscos. Guy in the community, they call him Bosco. I don't know if it's his real name or if his mother named him after a David Austin rose, but certainly a great opportunity. Here is my camellia. Heard something about camellias. They only want to be watered with rainwater. Well, sometimes we don't get rainwater. I've got children's shovels there because the dog for some reason is wanting to dig. I don't know if there's moles or gophers there, but they had to put some kind of deterrent in there. This is Miss Manners. Isn't she pretty? Just tight, so many petals. And she's gorgeous any stage of her life. Just blooming really, really well. I fertilized them heavy this year, being a new, want them to have everything they can. And she does real well standing out here alone. Whew, there's a hole. And so I guess it's something I'm learning. I've put roses up against areas, and so this year I kind of ran out of places actually. And I thought, well, I just need to fill them here. And this is her fragrant plum. She's finished her first flush, so I've given her lots of fertilizer. Watering her well for the heat. This is her first year. Keep her roots moist. But look at the foliage. It's just so good. It's got breeze from all directions. Let's just go over, get these dahlias here, and oh, look. Oh, it's so pretty. I want another one of these and put her in a pot. I love how she's mounding. I don't think she's a mounding rose either. I'll have to find the tag for her someday. But she's pretty on that side. Just so pretty how they bloom all in a circle and not just front facing where they would like on a wall. The soil looks like it stayed pretty moist from last night. Nope, hadn't taken the cabbages out yet. Procrastinate. Just so much in a day it can do. So much in a day I can do. These are such beautiful plants. The bleeding hearts. Oh, looks like there's a hole. Somebody's been digging. The irises don't want much dirt on their rhizomes. Let me wash some of that dirt in that hole. Maybe they'll bloom better. She's doing pretty good. Cut her pretty heavy. But she's got lots of new growth. Lots of new growth. Okay, so these are really doing pretty good. They may not need much watering. I don't think we got rain last night. I wanted to check on this. I'd had some kids' toys hidden in here, and Ratty had gotten a little teapot. A little plastic teapot that I had gotten for Avery, my first granddaughter. We're so excited to have a granddaughter to play with. And so we had a little plastic teapot, and I think Rowdy's gotten it. Ruby will be kind of sad, but I've gotten her some enamel dishes, and has some enamel teacups, and have some real teacups she can play with if they break. There's a million more at the thrift stores. Yeah. What are these strawberries? Well, I don't care for yellow. I love this yellow at the end of it. And it hasn't that Cosmo there with the purple and the yellow center. Complemented it so well. The beef dahlia is a good watering. Have some new. It's so pretty. Look how it's just all incorporated, like it's just been there forever. And oh, the daisies are beginning to bloom. So pretty. Huh. I was thinking that I had daisies in the front, but look at that foliage. That does not match the foliage in the front. I'll have to see what that is. That's my favorite scene right there. All that purple in that corner. All those purples and blues. Planted some seeds there. Some sunflower. I need to stand corrected. I was thinking I was planting blue gomphrena. I did not. That is blue scabiosa, which is blue scabiosa is also called pincushion, and that is scabiosa blue pincushion, which is really fine because the leaves are kind of whimsical. Look, I've got, see that leaf right there? It matches the leaf right there. I've got that growing in that. We'll see how God makes that so beautiful. So that's pincushion. She's putting on some new growth. She was expensive, but I love how she's a tree. See what I did? All of that grass that I pulled off of that, I added to that to make a mulch to keep that moist and the grass out of it. This is another east facing. Got some climbers there. Not, I need to look. I have some lilacs. They're supposed to be a dwarf variety. Of course, the lilacs are purple, and the roses there, I believe they're a really dark pink. Let's see. And they're doing fair, not as well as the other ones. Oh, it's a secret. So I think they're kind of back here like a secret. So my rose fertilizer is on the front porch. These dahlias. I've got to stop and get some kind of staking. They say the winds are really going to knock these down. But isn't she pretty against that black? Red onions. So pretty. And that broccoli, I tried to roast some last night. Had them in the oven forever. They still stayed so tough. So I think I'll just use the tops. There's some zinnias, another dahlia, and the bee balm. Oh, that bee balm. It's going to be so beautiful and so worth it when she blooms. And aren't these pretty? It says it's a perennial. They are guara. So the butterflies like them. Guess the shape, they're easy. Anyways, let me get some water. Two of these back here. This secret one. Struggling a little more. You know, when I planted roses in pots, I would never really know where to put them, and they dry out so fast that I usually lost more roses in pots, so I determined to plant them in the ground this year. Guess what that is, folks? Poke salad. Oh, y'all have a blessed day. Enjoy the sunshine.